Big John McCarthy and Josh Thomson got into a back and forth argument on the Weighing In podcast, debating how the upcoming Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira fight might play out. Big John's take was simple: Charles won't be able to manage the distance. He argued that once Ilia closes in, which he inevitably will, things are going to spiral downhill fast for Oliveira. He believes El Matador's pressure, timing, and ability to cut the cage will be too much for Charles to handle, but Josh wasn't having it. He pushed back, saying people are forgetting how well Charles has wrestled in his recent fights. According to Josh, Do Bronx isn't just going to stand there and trade. He'll mix in takedowns and clinch work to neutralize Topuria's pressure. Big John clapped back, reminding everyone that El Matador has legit wrestling himself, both defensively and offensively, and that shooting on him isn't going to be easy. Then Thomson brought up the height and reach advantage, saying if Charles can get a hold of a single leg and elevate it high, especially with the size difference, he could take Ilia down and shift the momentum. Which side are you on, MMA fans? Leave your comments below.
It really comes down to that, who wins the range war? Whoever wins the range war wins the fight. Does Charles have the ability to keep him on the outside? I don't think so. I think that Ilia will get himself in range where he wants to be, and that's where problems will start.
See, I'm taking a different approach.
Oh, it's okay.
I think Charles Oliveira is going to become a wrestler real quick.
He might try it, but it's not. Ilia is a hell of a defensive wrestler. He is a good offensive wrestler. Does Charles have good offensive wrestling? He does, but he's not the guy that you look at as, and Topuria is that good defensively. Now, he's been taken down, so it's not like Charles can't do it. I just don't think it's going to be something that's easy.
Okay, Charles Oliveira is going to be the taller, longer, lankier guy. He's going to have what he's going to do is try to get in on a single leg, and he's going to try to treetop him. So he's going to try to elevate that single leg all the way up to his shoulder. And because Topuria is not going to be flexible enough, and that'll make the takedown come easier.
Michael Bisping has officially labeled Ilia Topuria a prick, just days before his massive title showdown with Charles Oliveira at UFC 317. In an interview with Ariel Helwani, Ilia was his usual unapologetic self, talking trash about anyone and everyone. One of his targets, former welterweight champion Belal Muhammad. El Matador brought up their long-standing beef, saying he'd slap Belal if he ever moved up to 170. Ilia has been trashing Belal for months now, mocking him for never finishing anyone, claiming he would lose his belt in his first defense, which, by the way, did happen. Belal didn't take that lightly and fired back, calling Ilia too small to compete with the big boys at welterweight. That back and forth caught the attention of Michael Bisping, who addressed it on his Believe You Me podcast. Bisping didn't hold back, calling Ilia out for constantly stirring the pot and beefing with everyone. Here's what Bisping said, quote, "What a prick, man. What a prick. Belal has knocked out Sean Brady, but I guess if people are gonna talk shit, they're gonna talk shit. Since when did Belal and Topuria have beef?" End quote. Bisping seemed genuinely surprised by how many rivalries Ilia's picking up, and now the war of words is in full swing. This rivalry has heated up significantly in recent months. Belal has clapped back at Ilia, saying Topuria is turning into the Georgian version of Colby Covington. Ilia didn't waste time. He shot back, calling Belal a crotch sniffer. But all the noise aside, the real question is, how's Ilia gonna do at UFC 317 against former champ Charles Oliveira? Can he walk the walk after all that talk? Let us know in the comments. Are you riding with El Matador, or does Charles get his belt back? Tom Aspinall's team is furious with the UFC, and especially with how Dana Whtie handled the announcement of Tom Aspinall being promoted to undisputed heavyweight champion following John Jones' retirement. After months of being sidelined and kept inactive due to Jones' situation, you'd think the UFC would at least give Aspinall a moment worthy of the title, but instead, the promotion decided to quietly make the announcement in the middle of the night during a press conference in Baku. And the way Aspinall found out, through a simple text, Tom's father, Andy Aspinall, didn't hold back. He revealed that the UFC's chief business officer, Hunter Campbell, sent a message to both him and Tom saying, "Dana has just announced that Tom is the champ." Andy's response? Brutally honest, he told Campbell, "I can't think of a worse way you could have done it." He went on to call the whole thing careless and borderline disrespectful, saying the UFC didn't put any real thought into the moment. After everything Tom has gone through, being stuck on the sidelines, forced to wait behind Jones for months, it felt like a massive opportunity to honor his journey was completely squandered. Andy says that the heavyweight championship is the biggest title in the sport, and for Tom to find out via text at midnight in England was just plain disappointing. It wasn't just about the belt, it was about the moment. A moment the UFC failed to deliver, and after how poorly they managed both Jones's absence and Aspinall's rise, the frustration from Team Aspinall is more than justified. Quote, "I sent a message back to Hunter saying, I can't think of a worse way you could have done it. I just think I don't know if pathetic is the word. I just feel they didn't think about it. For me, the heavyweight championship of an organization is quite a big thing, and I don't think Tom deserved to find out at a press conference in the middle of the night. I can't think of a worse way to do it. Maybe if they had woken us up to tell us, it would have been worse." Aspinall continued, "We just happened to be awake at the time. It's poor man management of Jones and Tom. I like the personnel at the UFC, but for me, they just don't do things right sometimes." Of course, it's a massively successful business, but I think something like that deserved more thought after everything we've been through with this. End quote. Justin Gaethje is making one thing clear. He's not interested in fighting anyone unless it's for the lightweight title. While names like Arman Tsarukyan and Paddy Pimblett are being floated around, Justin has no intention of settling for anything less than championship gold at this point in his career. After defeating Rafael Fiziev in a wild war at UFC 313, Justin believes he's earned his shot. Speaking with MMA Fighting, he said he's waiting for the winner of Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira, and that's the only fight he wants. When asked about his future, the highlight hinted that he's not done yet, but he's only coming back if it's for the belt. He admitted the sport is emotional, and depending on the day, his mindset might shift, but as of now, he's locked in on fighting for gold and nothing else. Justin also didn't hold back when reacting to Topuria's talk about moving up to welterweight to chase Islam Makhachev and a third belt. Topuria, who already left featherweight after just one title defense, seems focused on building his legacy fast, but Justin isn't impressed and thinks the idea of Ilia leaving before defending the lightweight belt sounds ridiculous. Quote, "I'm waiting for the winner of Ilia and Charles. I'll be there. That's who I want to fight. His move up to 170. I can't control any of that, so I don't spend no energy on it, but sounds stupid to me." End quote. What do you think, MMA fans? Are you down to see Gaethje fight for the belt one more time? While Justin believes he's earned it, a lot of the MMA community isn't so sure. Michael Bisping even said he's already had 2 title shots and got finished in both. So maybe it's time for other fighters to get their chance. But then again, it's Gaethje. You know it's gonna be violence either way. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.